Yeah, is everybody waving to you? Everybody's waving out here. Yes, yay. So let's take this time to go within, and I invite you to close those outer eyes. Let's gently, gently take a breath in. Fill up your lung space and gently release. Feel how serene it is in here. Listen to the strings on the guitar. It allows us to travel anywhere we want. And today in our lesson, we are emphasizing that God, that spirit, that divine presence, is with us at all times. Just imagine what that might mean for you. Sometimes life feels hard, and maybe that spirit, that nature of the divine, is that soft spot where you can rest, where you can recharge, where you can call in your own sanctuary, that place of peace and calm, gently being in the very vibration of a loving presence. Sometimes we're in a place of great joy and laughter. Last night we had a little boy here who just loved Miss Debbie. She was his person. They went on the swing set. They played with toys. I don't know where they came from. But there was this presence of love and joy and laughter and little ants on his shirt that were fuzzy. And he said, "Please be a part of who I am." And we all are, as is that divine presence that I call God. You may say creative intelligence, law, love, life. So in this beautiful moment together, in this powerful co-creative energy of us coming together as one, we're going to enter the silence and allow ourselves to hear or feel any message coming through. It's just for you, and we'll all benefit. So taking this moment, gently take a breath into the divine and be. As you gently come back into this room, this space, whatever's on your heart, I invite you to know in the very depths of your being it's already perfect in the mind of God. Whether you're asking for a healing, a return to wholeness, a relationship, a job, resources, whatever is coming in for you in that divine request, that mind of God already holds it as true. As we on our spiritual human journey equal halves, we begin to walk in confidence, back straight, firm, ready to embrace our divine birthright. We call in these blessings today, not only for ourselves, but our community, and the community outside the light on the mesa, the one that shines for all the world to see. And as we believe, so it is done, and so it is. Amen.
I've often thought life might be a journey of discovery, and I think many of us constantly looking for something that has different names, meaning, the light, the love, God. Here's a song that I wrote, and I continue to write about my journey in search of those things. Someday soon. All around the world I've been, I've seen all kinds of fools, things to throw away. Keeping hold of things I'm told ties you down, makes you old, so go, don't stay. Oh, when can there be faith I can believe? Someday soon I will sing a different tune when I have that love inside. Someday soon I will sing a different tune when I have a light inside me. When I try to play it straight, live the way they dictate, I lose the game. Still I yearn, still I burn, I don't show the least concern to go their way. Oh, where can there be a faith I can believe? Someday soon I'm gonna sing a different tune when I have a light inside me. Someday soon I will sing a different tune when I have a love inside of me. My trials can be the wind in May. She spins me round, she drives me crazy all day long. And in June I see a different child, full of joy, manner mild. She sings her song. Oh, that's when I hear a faith loud and beneath the silver moon, I can sing a different tune. Now I have the light inside of me. Beneath the silver moon, I can sing a different inside of me.
This thing on? Is this thing on? You can hear me? Okay, good. Good morning, Unity. Good morning. Oh, Full Nelson is here. It's so great to be back with you. I so enjoy my Sundays with you. When I told Reverend Tracey that as a part of my unique personal ministry, I was writing a comedic lecture series designed to teach Unity principles and metaphysics in a fun, entertaining, and unforgettable way for the public, she looked at me and said, "Well, let's go, cowboy, starting right here at home." And I said, "Have you seen my resume? Or my Google search history?" But that's what I think about you, Rev. Always ready to play and shake things up a bit. I added the cowboy part. That was all me. This is a series through June, specifically on the first 4 of our 5 principles. Now, on paper, I'm a highly functioning, fully certified adult. I pay my bills on time. I drive a sensible all-wheel drive vehicle because Colorado winters, obviously. And I take care of my mother like a good boy. Which is hilarious because internally I feel like a stranger who somehow snuck past security without an ID. Usually when I'm holding a microphone, it's approaching midnight, the room smells like stale beer, and I'm handling a room full of hecklers. So being handed a live mic at 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning feels like a bit of a misappropriation on the part of the universe. But someone has a lot of faith in me, so class is officially in session, cool kids. It was confessed to me that the main goal this month is to make sure we actually know these principles, so we can share these principles by living them fully. Because let's face it, most of us have been coming here a long time, and we love the vibe, but if someone on the street asks us what Unity is about, some of us can't sum it up. We could honestly learn something from those Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses who trained to share their faith. Boy, they can recruit. You open your door at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning after a night at the club the night before, and they are ready. But uniquely, we are unitics. Like lunatics, but for unity. We love the music, we love the energy, we love the connection, the community. I know I do. But if we're going to be fully committed to this institution of love, in this padded room of passion and zeal, shouldn't we at least have the basic foundational principles memorized? So let's start with principle number 1. It breaks down into 6 simple words. God is absolute good, everywhere present. Now that's an easy theory to accept when you're hiking in the Garden of the Golds, looking at a beautiful Colorado sunset. You look at nature, and you're like, oh yes, bloody brilliant. Absolute good is everywhere, isn't it? But this principle is radical because of that second part. Everywhere present, no exceptions. Which means absolute good is also present at the Walmart on Venatucci at 4 p.m. on Saturday. It's in the middle seat of a budget airline flight on Frontier. And it's even there when you're looking at your bank account and things feel a little tight. Our human ego loves to put God on a grading scale, right? When life is going perfectly, we're like, oh, the universe is in perfect alignment. But even with our first world problems, the second we hit traffic, or oh my God, the Wi-Fi drops, and we suddenly pivot. Okay. Obviously, God's taking a smoke break, and the universe is currently being run by a toddler who just discovered espresso. But unity reminds us that we can't separate ourselves from the source. I've heard people use the analogy that we are like drops of water from a bucket. But that constitutes separation. So no, bad metaphor. Instead, think of the ocean. Imagine a wave rolling down the Pacific. It looks around at all the other waves, and gets self-conscious and thinks, man, look at that wave over there. It's got way more froth and foam than me. Then it sees the shoreline and panics. Oh no, I'm running out of time. I'm gonna crash and then I'll be nothing. Someone needs to tell Willie the wave he's being totally ridiculous, living in an absolute anxiety because he thinks he's a solo act. But what is that silly wave forgetting? It forgot what it's made of. It isn't in the ocean, it is the ocean, just taking a specific shape for a little while. The wave can't be unoceaned. We are the waves, people. The visible action on top of the water. The wave is just the temporary shape the water takes, but the power moving it comes from the depth below. God is all of it. The deep stillness, the current, and the foam on top. You can't escape it, you can't ruin it, you can't get it wrong, and you can't get kicked out of it. If God and love are synonymous terms, and they are, love is inclusive, not exclusive. So the choice is always ours to express. Are you going to be a ripple? Are you going to be a surfing wave? Or are you going to be a tsunami? God is absolute good, everywhere present. To help us dive deeper into the depth below, so we can start fully embodying this first principle, please put your hands together and help me bring up the woman who trusted a certified all-wheel driving, mother-loving adult with a live microphone, our very own lovely Southern belle, Miss Reverend Tracey.
That was so good. That was so well done. I was thinking this morning, because you never know what's going to come out of his mouth. And he said to me last night at the party, do you trust me or do you want me to send it to you? So, we say, trust the process. And that was good. I like it. Do you want to be a tsunami or do you want to be a trickle? Because you can't do it without God. So there have been some beautiful questions asked of me since I've been here. What does unity teach? What does unity believe? And I was with someone Friday who is a unity person and has attracted in a non-unity person who claims himself to be agnostic. I thought that's good. Didn't say atheist, said agnostic. Prove it to me. Show me. How do you prove that God exists? The question, the ultimate question, what came before God? What made God? And we begin to look inside and ask ourselves those same questions. What do I believe? I know there's some teachers and what they say, but what do I believe to be true? And then learning through our beautiful Ellen Davenport, who wrote a book on the 5 principles, she talks about the absolute realm of God and that we ourselves are sometimes fallible. So in the absolute realm of God, when we say everything is already perfect and in divine order, we have free will. We have choice. We could be the tsunami or we could be the trickle. We are at choice, having our human experience. And I thought for the individual who asked, what was before God? There's this kind of image that comes into my head of our little old George Burns, for those of you who are around long enough, and his little, he's a little guy, and he's got everything, he's telling everybody how things work. And I'm like, that is us personifying God. That is making God in our image. And if we take all that human characteristic away, and we begin to look at principle, and then we have to say, what is principle? And principle is unchanging. Because I had someone come up to me very recently and say, do you think God evolves? I said, I'm not sure that God, the unchanging source of the universe that is forever creating, we are the ones that change and align our thinking to the presence of the divine. We are evolving. We are growing up. We are the ones looking within and saying, what do I believe to be true? And because it's a belief system, we can challenge what we don't believe to be true. So we begin looking at what are the principles in unity, and as you keep saying the full Nelson, I keep getting a visual. I am not. What is the, it's a wrestling term, right? So I'm thinking the full Monty, just saying. I'm a theater kid, so when he gets up and says the full Nelson, I'm like, not in church, dude. So I'm looking at the principles coming across from Ellen Davenport, and she's talking to us about this principle called God. And it says, practical Christianity is based upon the truth that God is spirit. God is all-knowing, all-powerful, and always present. There's a beautiful prayer that has been written about the footprints in the sand. Do y'all remember this one? You know, you first walk out and it seems there's two sets of prints, and then something really hard happens, and there's only one set of prints, and the individual says, God, where are you? God says, I'm carrying you. Yeah. So it's what we believe in to be true, and the whole nature and the whole life of man become greatly changed when his mind is brought to the realization of this truth. So long as he thinks of God as a person far away in the skies, not unlike George Burns sitting on a cloud, he must necessarily have a God of limitations. So when someone's asking you, how do you know God exists? Well, how do you know love exists? Can you see it? You might in the small child like last night, but can you touch it? Well, you might when you hold hands with somebody, but it's not a form. It's not a physical manifestation. It is a spiritual manifestation. We do not limit God, and God does not limit us. And as he can rise no higher than that which he worships, he is also bound and limited. That comes from the Fillmores. So the he's and the older language, but the message is still there. That the God of our universe is not limited, and it may not be something you can find through the senses, through smell or sight or touch, but it doesn't mean it's not real. You know, one of our beautiful members here is a midwife, and she has the beautiful, delightful opportunity to see new life coming in the world, and she helps that new life come in the world. If you have ever witnessed the birth of a child, the kittens, the lambs, you have, to me, no doubt of what the God in the universe is all about. The creation, the expression of life. And we each are that expression of the divine, uniquely flavored. We are unique individual expressions of one wholeness. Like Nelson said, the wave to the ocean. When I was taught that about the wave to the ocean, it said, look at the wave. It has all the properties of the full ocean. It has the salt, maybe the sea creatures, maybe the sand, maybe the shells, and like you so eloquently put it, you cannot be unwaved, unoceaned. I love that. We cannot be ungodded. Our thought pattern might be, I feel disconnected. That's on you, babe. So we begin to think inside our own selves what could be true. And I'm going to bring you some information from the beautiful Myrtle Fillmore, who we called the heart and the mother of unity. She says, unity teachings are based on the Jesus Christ teachings. And we advise all people to hold firmly and steadfastly to the principles taught and demonstrated by the first Christian metaphysician. How's that? The first way shower, the elder brother. And we have never come here to worship, because what was Jesus' mission? When Jesus roamed the earth, by the Sea of Galilee and talked to his disciples, and they had a hard time getting the message. He didn't say, worship me. He said, come unto me, the Father. These works I do are in that place of faith. You remember the woman who's chasing after him in the crowd, and she's been bleeding for 12 years, ostracized from the group, from society, and just with touching the edge of his robe, he felt his energy change. And in this big crowd, he turns around, he says, who touched me? And then he said, daughter, it is your faith that has healed you. It's not because you believed in Jesus, the man walking on the plains. You believe that God within has that ability to heal us, return us to wholeness. God's love for us is so great, says Myrtle, that he sent Jesus Christ to be the way shower, to lead us to a greater realization of our Heavenly Father's love and will for us. Now that sounds like some real strong Christian talk, but you can call it spirit, divine intelligence, whatever floats your boat, for you to understand there is no separation from this divine creative intelligence we call God. She says the Christ presence within our own souls is the great physician who has wisdom and power to heal and to adjust in divine order every function of our body temples. Now, when Myrtle came on the scene, pre-unity, she had a message in her head from the family that said, you have a dis-ease and there is no cure. I know there's some people in our congregation today who have been told by the Western medicine there is no cure for what you're going through. We have an opportunity to go deep within inside and talk to ourselves like Myrtle did. Tuberculosis was the diagnosis. She said, not my God, not my God. My God is limitless, endless possibilities. So instead of thinking of Jesus as someone far in the distance in those heavenly clouds with those harps playing, we are invited to know there is no separation right here, right now, in that presence, that divine presence of wholeness. And we can choose to be separated or we can get in alignment. We can say, this is my God. This is my God, my power of what I'm already a part of. She says, Jesus exercised all the God qualities we have yet been able to discern in a masterly way. So what is our journey about? It's like we're these students in the great big sandbox of life, maybe without a cat. We can cover up, we can uncover, we can allow, and we can share together as we are learning what is true for us about what we call the presence of God. So Ellen Davenport, when she talks to us about principle, she says this: a principle is a rule or law that never changes. The question I was asked, does God evolve? What did y'all hear? No. Always, always, always present. Ellen says 2 + 2 = 4 all day, every day. Doesn't matter, this is my words, doesn't matter if you're in a box with a fox, it's always 2 + 2 = 4. So the spiritual principles work the same way. They are laws of the universe that govern all people equally. These principles and laws work whether we work them or not. They exist just like the law of gravity. Whatever you do, the law still applies. As a matter of fact, it does not matter what you do, the law is unchanging, constant, and does not bend to your will. So I hear sometimes, if I pray to God and you pray to God, which prayer is God going to answer? Right. Now, is God actually answering that prayer, or are you aligning with the principles of wholeness and health? Do we already have everything we need? Because it's my experience that I'm the one that causes chaos. I'm the one who creates a story that if I put the facts in only, I'm making up a story. My son didn't call, what's wrong? My son didn't call, well, it must mean he's in a car accident. Well, maybe he's on an airplane stranded on an island and 9/11's happening again. It's all a story. The real thing that I've learned from a 34-year-old, he doesn't call mom. A text is all you're going to get. So on these emergency forms that y'all need to figure out and sign and fill out for all of us, just in case you whoosh down and we don't know what's going on and the medics arrive, mine says text only, or he won't answer the phone. We learn how to communicate with one another. We learn how that we are one with one another. You may choose to modify your actions to better flow in the natural spiritual laws. You may choose to align your thoughts or not. The law of attraction says yes, no matter which way we are bending and weaving. Are we creating God's will to us? Or are we learning how to align to what is already present? The first principle, God is all-knowing, omniscient, all-powerful, omnipotent, always, everywhere present, omnipresent. Now here's the big one. In the absolute realm, all good. This is a teaching that is a thread amongst many master teachers. Because sometimes we look at the world and we go, what's happening in front of me is not good. I don't like this. I don't like that. This has happened to me. I don't understand. And it becomes cloudy. And for some of us, it may seem shadowy or even dark. Well, that's because we live in a three-dimensional world. We even signed up for this. This is our playground. This is our place to learn. But in the realm, the absolute realm of divine mind, it is all good. We had someone come to me recently who was having a real sharp pain in a rib cage. And she goes to the emergency room. The pain was so great. And she said in the emergency room, they were running all kinds of tests and found she had a blood clot in her leg. If she had not gone to the emergency room for the rib cage, she may not be with us today. So sometimes what appears not to be good may actually be that beautiful insight that it is all good. And sometimes we go through these places where it's not comfortable. And there's a word that starts with a GR. When we're in that uncomfortable place, what is it? You plant a seed, and what does it do? Growth. Because just like you said, when the world is all fine and we're happy, are we stretching? Are we looking? We're just enjoying. We're having fun. But when it gets tough, when it gets really tough, then some of us cry out, help me. Watch over me. Guide me. Show me. I love the show me part. I love the show me because when I say show me, give me a sign, without a doubt, I always get a sign. Always. Because there was this thing in the Bible that says about ask and you shall receive. Knock on the door and it shall be open. So keep knocking. Sometimes it takes a while. It's not always in our timing. And yet I understand these principles that God is everywhere present, all-knowing, that beautiful, magical, almost feeling presence. I got you. I got you. You are never, ever alone. And so sometimes, like last night, the storm was raging as I was going back to I think I'm on the south side. And there was these dips and valleys in the waterway as I was going down the road, and I watched a big SUV. Thank God I have an SUV. I saw it go through the puddle, and there's like Moses parting the waters. It was going all over the place. And I saw that go through, and I thought, man, in Georgia, in Florida, in Texas, when they have that instant flooding, and you can't tell how far and how deep it is, well, I travel this road every day now, and I thought, thank God I have a high SUV, but I watched that person go through first and then gave plenty of room for me, and it was like 3 of them. And I thought, ooh, I'm testing the brakes. We got hills here. I'm testing the brakes. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Thank God the brakes are working. Thank God the brakes are working. And then I'm like, where are the deer? Where are the deer? Because if you don't have one thing, you got another here. But this whole place of what am I believing in? And when I got to the house, I opened up the windows, I opened the door, and I just listened to what I'll call God. The lightning was out there doing its thing like heat waves. The rain was pelting. The thunder was telling me who was in charge. And I just sat there. Actually, I texted Lorelei, how you doing? But that time that we can take apart without the TV, without the cell phone, that we can be in that presence of what I call the divine, the messages will come. Matter of fact, they don't will come, they're already present. It's just for us to tap into. So in this beautiful, loving first principle, God is all-knowing, all-powerful, everywhere present, and where is that God? Right here. It's not out there. It's not in some cascade of flowery, pillowy little clouds with angels and harps. That would be nice. It's not in these raging fires in the depths of heat. You ever heard about the Unity people? It's not hot, I'm not here. Think, because what we think, we create. So we enjoy this place of life together. We say thank you for our brilliant teachers, for our humor, for our music, and for being present to one another. Because at the very end of the day, it's all God. And we're all right here. And so is God. Amen.
Yes. This is that time in our service where we circulate. We practice the law of circulation. Another unchanging law. And this is not just about money. So in your consciousness, I want you to think about all the ways that you give. Your time, your treasure, your energy, your intentions, and your money. Thank you. And thank you for all of it. And thank you, Reverend Tracey, for all that you give. On and off the phone, on and off the line, you just give. And thank you so much for that. So, hold your intentions of all that you give, all that you do for this community, and we're going to say our blessing, our affirmation. We hold our gifts to our heart and fill it with love, love and peace. Know that it goes out into the world blessed and multiplied, serving this community and the world to the fullest. And so it is. Ushers, will you come forward? Take it away, Nick.
As I walk through this weary world, looking for the light in the darkness of insanity, I ask myself, as all looks lost, is there only pain, hatred, and misery? But each time I feel like this inside, makes me want to cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? I don't know. Yeah, and I walk on through troubled times, spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. Who are the strong? Where are the trusted? Where is the harmony, sweet harmony? Each time I feel like this inside, I just have to cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? I don't know. Yeah, who are the strong? Where are the trusted? Where is the harmony, sweet harmony? Each time I feel it slipping away, I just have to cry. There ain't nothing funny about peace, love, and understanding. Oh, nothing's funny about peace, love, and understanding. Yeah, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding?
Thank you, Nick. And next. It's June. Happy June. And for all of those born in the month of June, the twins, the crabs. We want to sing happy birthday to you. So, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, all the June babies. Happy birthday to you. So, for you newcomers, there's going to be extra sugar. And we have food and fellowship, and we welcome you. We look forward to getting to know you. There's a visitor's table. And did I say good food? Yes, good food. Do we have any kiddos today? Okay. We have kiddo representative? Okay.
So every Sunday we're prepared for children, and sometimes we have them here, and sometimes we just share our affirmation, calling them to us, just like we had affirmed that we were calling Reverend Tracey, and we can see what a great success that was. So if you will, let's say our affirmation for the youth and family ministry together. We affirm that our children are drawn here in love and joy. They come with open hearts, curious and guided by Spirit. Together we create a sacred, playful space where young hearts are welcomed and arrive. Our community grows brighter and more alive. And so it is. And if you have any interest in maybe taking one Sunday every month or every other month, I'm going to be back having coffee, and you can come talk to me about that. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. If you can, please stand. And we're going to do our prayer. And I want to invite you to do it as if it was the first time. Holding anyone that you know that's in need of prayer.
So maybe before we do it, can we just go ahead and do our circle now? Because you know we're going to do it. That way you just hold each other.
They're in the circle. You missed a bunch of them, honey.
I missed a whole lot. I missed all the announcements. So while we're holding hands, if you want to hold hands, I'm going to do the announcements. But really quickly, tomorrow yoga is going to be at the Franciscan Center, but you're going to meet here at 9:40 to carpool. Thank you, River. I completely blew off the announcements, so I apologize. Emergency contact forms, get them in. We want to know how to take care of you. Bring in pictures of your dad honoring Father's Day. If you would like to bring in a picture, please do so. We have an ongoing growing poster board. Unity Father's Day barbecue is on June 21st after service. Yes, there's going to be good food. You can sign up for sides if you want to bring sides. There's a healing circle. Healing Energy Circle, sign up for 20-minute slots, 11:30 to 1:20 after the service on June 14th, that's next weekend. Choose one of our healing modalities and sign up on the sheets on the bulletin board. Reminders, Afra forgets stuff, so read the newsletters, check out Facebook, look at the bulletin boards, online calendars, and you will get way more information. Thank you so much.
Excellent, thank you. Come play with us. Let's go.
The light of
God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The presence of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Now, for y'all who don't like changes, we're changing up the final song. Here we go.
Unity principle number one God, one source, one God in all of us.
Yes.
And I think Bob Marley knew that.